Hello, welcome back to Bite Forever. In today's video, what we're going to do is replace the existing SID chip. It's actually itself a replacement, it's a Swin SID. In this Commodore 64 bread bin, we're going to replace that with an ArmSID. The story behind this is the SID chip that came with the computer it did have one, but it was blown. It just didn't have any sound output at all. And the nearest, or the closest I could get at the time was a Swin SID. That turned up. I think it was a UK seller on eBay, so that turned up fairly fast. I thought it was pretty good, and so I played a few games like Super Zaxxon. It wasn't the best. It was kind of, when you fired the laser, it didn't sound quite right. And that's in a side-by-side comparison with the 64C, which had its original SID chip. And all the forums and all the YouTube videos were raving about this other SID chip replacement, which turned up today. I can't remember off the top of my head where this came from, but it came really well packaged in anti-static foam, and it's this. Ooh, just get that in the camera. This ArmSID. It's not focusing properly. So yeah, what I'm going to do is run up Super Zaxxon with the old Swin SID in, play it for a bit, just try it out, get a side-by-side comparison when I replace, and it's like a 2 minute, if that, it's a 2 minute job to replace the SID chip. Just pull the old one out. Alright, so what we'll do is just pause the video, and when I come back I'll be playing Super Zaxxon. Okay, so got the file browser up, selected Super Zaxxon. Going to load that. I wanted to sort of video the whole thing, loading it from the start because there's some intro music. So there it goes, loading. Turn the volume up a bit. Not sure how loud this is going to be, so I have to turn it down. And one thing I've noticed, just as an aside, is that loading games off this SD2IEC is just horrifically slow without the fast loader, so I forgot to plug that in. Especially compared to the ZX Spectrum with the Div2MMC, the one that was from Future was 8-bit, sorry, and this was as well. But it's no fault of the thing that, you know, the SD2IEC is just notoriously slow to load games on a Commodore 64 disk drive interface. With a Depix fast load, which I should have plugged in, it'd be a lot faster. So as you can hear, that's the intro, and I didn't say anything while I was on, just to get recording the sound. But that actually sounds alright, you know, that's not too bad, you could get away with that. Where it seems to go wrong on this game, and it's similar for Whizball as well, is just in gameplay. So just going to plug the joystick in. And in this case, particularly when you press the fire button, just try and turn the camera a bit. When you press the fire button, the laser fires, it does sound a bit ropey. So let's go then. Here we go. See what I mean? It's kind of like a ringing noise in it. The explosions are fine. You know, there's no problem with that. And this is this was one of my favourite games. Oh, although it was one of my favourite games, as we're just saying, it doesn't mean that I was, you know, very good at it. But so anyway, it did come with some instructions in red letters. It says, "Caution: before you install ArmSID, the computer must be turned off." And that goes for pretty much anything you do, apart from putting the joystick port on the Commodore 64. So what I like to do is just switch it off and pull the plug out as well, just in case you knock it when you're taking something apart. I mean, I'm not saying that's happened, but you know, it has the potential to, and you don't want to cause any unnecessary damage. Try and just rest the keyboard there without taking that off. In fact, might as well take that out. I think makes it a little bit easier. It's just really bad to get out. Is that the pins are slightly bent? Just shove that over there somewhere. Pins are slightly bent on that connector. Eventually might get a replacement for that. Just tidy up a bit. As you can see, I still haven't done anything with the modulator. When I've got a spare minute or two, I'm going to solder this down to the board. So, got the chip extractor. Not had much luck with this, but because this chip has been out reasonably recently, it's difficult to sort of. Oh, there you go. That came out no problem. It's actually a single wiper. It's a single wiper socket there. So, long awaited ArmSID, and of course match up the little U-shape notch with the top as it is on the socket, and all the chips actually face that way. They all oriented that way. Actually, just see underneath, there's, don't know if anyone's seen one of these before, but it's literally really tiny. It's not focusing. Really tiny chip on there. So yeah, that's in now. I'll put it back together, put the top back on, and yeah, run up Super Zaxxon and see what the difference is. Okay, so just about to load Super Zaxxon again. What I'll do is I'll just let it load as well in real time, because you see I've got the Epix fast load cartridge plugged in now. Just see how much faster this is. So you get the intro music as well, and it literally is like, I don't know, must be 500% faster. It really is. Instead of 60 seconds, it's like 5, 10. So yeah, that's the intro, and straight away, I think, I don't know if it's just a placebo effect, but because obviously there's a bit of confirmation bias here, but it, you know, you're expecting it to be better, so you hear it better, but it does sound better to me. The real test is what it sounds like when you press the fire button. So there we go. Yeah, you can tell. That's how I remember it being all those years ago, and it's also actually how it is on the 64C with its original SID chip. Oh. Yeah, all round actually, even the bits that weren't 100% noticeable, like the sort of low frequency noises when you explode and things, even that's better. the fire button. Press the fire buttons a lot better. I can never remember how to get that shield down. I think you've got to get all those tanks there, the fuel tanks. You just fly over it, I suppose. Yes, that's well worth the money, I think. Well, yeah, I'll put a link to the base seller in the video description. Yeah, it's a massive upgrade. So, just reset there. Just going to wrap up this video now. Thanks for watching. As always, if you liked it, press the like button. If you didn't, press the dislike button. It gives me a bit of feedback on how I'm doing with these videos. And if you have any comments, leave a comment. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.